Namaste and welcome to Flow and Restore Yoga. My name is Michelle Chua, and for today's practice, you'll want to have 2 blocks, a strap, a bolster, and a blanket. Please find any comfortable way in which you can begin in a seated position so that your body you feel grounded as well as uplifted. Spine is tall, entire body can be at ease. So we've been revisiting in the past few weeks the 7 main energy centers called the chakras. And today, this week, we are focusing on the 3rd main chakra called Manipura chakra. And in English, it translates as the solar plexus energy center, which is located around your upper belly, just below the rib cage, and mid back near where the kidneys sit. And it regulates the digestion. This energy is much about how you digest not only physical nourishment, but digest whatever is happening in your life and are able to release the so-called poop or what is no longer serving well-being, which is not nourishing, and able to retain nourishment. Extract, even through difficult circumstances, something that enriches your life in the long run. This Manipura chakra is your inner fire. So the element of the earth associated with it is the fire element. It also has to do with your willpower. You might also call it your inner sun. The color of this chakra, the vibrational frequency is yellow, like a bright, fiery sun. And it's your ability to protect and take action towards what you hold sacred in your life. It's your sense of vitality, confidence, courage. We'll talk a little more as we move through the practice. So let's take a moment to check in with our whole being by being still and maybe closing the eyes, starting to mentally scan your physical body. Begin wherever your attention is being called in your body right now. Maybe there's an area that's healing or an area that feels tense. Can you allow yourself to just experience the sensations happening there without having to label it as good or bad or judge it as positive, negative? And from there, continue to scan to other parts of your body, acknowledging what's happening in the present moment within the landscape of your physical being. Feel the breath flowing in and out. No need to change the way you're breathing. Just notice it. Any qualities in the breath, like depth, smoothness, pace. In how you're breathing, what do you sense about your overall state of energy? Notice the state of your mind. What have you been feeding your attention in the garden of your mind and thus growing? What emotions feel most alive at your heart? Holding space for whatever is happening in the present moment without judging or resisting. Now let's start to breathe in a little deeper. Opening your mouth as you exhale. Inhale even deeper. Notice where you can feel the breath move in your body. And then feel free to sigh out, open the mouth. Each new breath slightly deeper, especially breathing into the area of your solar plexus where you might be visualizing a glowing yellow light, like a fiery sun. And even into the back region, the mid-back, just beneath the rib cage. And then all throughout your torso, sending your breath. I invite you to think of a few things in your life right now that you feel gratitude for. Allowing gratitude to open our heart minds. And as you narrow down your intention for today's practice, consider if there are any areas in your life in which you would like to enrich with a sense of confidence or discipline, willpower, the ability to digest in a healthy way, whether they're emotions or circumstances. Or where you can have a healthy relationship with your ego, which is another quality of this chakra. I invite you to say your personal intention or prayer for this practice. And then stepping outside of just ourselves here, I invite you to think of someone that you might like to dedicate your practice to today, a way of extending someone else loving kindness. And to open and later to close our practice, I invite you to chant the Bija mantra, or the seed sound that helps to awaken energy at your solar plexus or Manipura chakra. And that seed sound is Ram, Ram. Let's chant that together 3 times. Let in a deeper breath. Ram, Ram, I'm going to invite you into a breathing technique that helps to stoke your digestive fire, Agni, and warm up the area of Manipura chakra. And it's called breath of fire, Kalabhati pranayama. Kapalabhati pranayama. So it's stem closing the lips. Oh, and if you happen to be pregnant, do not practice breath of fire. Instead, close the lips and just breathe slowly and evenly in and out through the nose. You can start Ujjayi breath. So for breath of fire, focus on breathing into your belly so it fills up and expands as you inhale through the nose. And then focus more on exhaling actively through the nose, where you exhale, pulse the belly towards the spine like this. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Each time belly bounces in towards the spine. And there's a kriya in which stems from Kundalini yoga, where you extend the arms like antennas, like a V shape, and you stick out the thumbs towards each other, which represents the ego. You curl the other fingers down and continue breath of fire. So let's practice breath of fire for 1 minute. And at the end, I'm going to invite you into root energy blocks. Holding the breath in at the last breath, and then we'll release. So preparing for 1 minute long of breath of fire. Ready? Begin. As you continue, you might bring your mind's eye to your solar plexus, imagining fire, the element of fire, or yellow like a bright sun. 15 more seconds. Let in a deep breath. Hold it in for as long as you comfortably can. With eyes closed, bring the thumb tips to touch overhead. Lift your pelvic floor. Imagine lifting energy from the root, base of your spine, all the way up through the solar plexus and crown of the head as you draw the navel in and up towards the heart, and as you close the chin gently towards the chest, slightly locking the throat. So activating the 3 bandhas, energy locks. When you're ready to let go, exhale through the mouth, release the arms, breathe naturally, and observe anything you feel or sense. Let's move into a steady rhythmic Ujjayi pranayama to invite balance of energy as we begin to move the body in postures, calm nervous system, and focused mind. So closing the lips as you breathe, gently narrow or softly constrict the back of your throat, creating a very smooth whispering sound that's very gentle. Lengthening your inhalation as slowly as the exhalation. A steady, slow rhythm you can listen to. Take your time to reach the very end of each breath in and out. And as you listen to that, let's start to circle the spine in Sufi rolls. Breathing in as you roll over towards the front of the pelvis, circling towards the back of the pelvis, all the way around, accentuating the movement around the solar plexus, and switching directions a few times on your own. A few more cycles of breath. So you've got puppies playing around us. This is a great practice for focusing and discipline, those qualities of Manipura Chakra. Tuning into the breath. Let's come back to center. Sit up tall. Inhale the arms overhead. Hook the thumbs and peel the shoulder bones back and down, lifting your chest into a back bend, a gentle one. So try not to overarch the lower back here where the tailbone really starts to point behind you a lot. Draw the tailbone downward, seal in the bottom of your front ribs, and keep peeling the shoulder bones behind the ears and pressing the shoulder blades down the back. Right under the shoulder blades, tilt the chest upwards, maybe gazing up while you lengthen the back of the neck. One more deep breath. Lifting the spine more vertically. On an exhale, twist to your right by turning just the rib cage, not the pelvis, and lower the hands. You can place the left hand in front of you or press the back of it against your right thigh, lifting up taller by pressing the pelvis down. Let your chin be parallel to the ground, and then continue to twist as you breathe out, maybe looking over the right shoulder for 2 more breaths. Inhale, raise your arms, come back to center, switch the hook of the thumbs if you remember which one you did last time, and once again, peel the shoulder heads back and down, lengthen the tailbone down as you coil your chest up, broaden the collarbones. Try to create space all throughout your neck and tops of the shoulders. One more deep breath. Lift your spine more vertically, keep the pelvis still, and to your left, exhale, twist, lower the hands. The right hand can land in front of you, or you can press the back of it against your outer left thigh, lifting up through the spine, press the pelvis down with each inhale. Keeping the pelvis still, continue to turn the rib cage with each exhale, maybe looking over your left shoulder. So we're easing into movements. I know this is the more active vinyasa part of our flow and restore. We're going to get a little more heated in just a moment. So exhale, unwind, and please make your way down onto your back. Have a block just off to the side where you can reach for it. And start with your knees bent into your chest. Rock a little side to side as you lengthen the tailbone forward on the ground. As you feel both shoulders releasing down your back and pressing into the floor. And then from here, straighten the legs all the way to the ground in front of you. Point or flex your feet so the muscles in your legs are engaged. Raise your arms overhead. Make a diamond shape out of your hands as the thumbs and index fingers of each hand touch. Let in a deep breath. And now as you exhale, contract the area of the solar plexus. Bend your knees, lift the arms towards your toes as you round into a ball. Inhale, lengthen again, but this time you might add the rigor of hovering the heels just 2 inches off the floor instead of touching the ground. Exhale, contract, round into a ball. Inhale, lengthen. Initiate the movement from the belly. Exhale, contract. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 4. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 5. Inhale, lengthen. From the belly, contract. Exhale, 6. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 7. Use the breath to help you. Inhale, lengthen. We've got 3 more. Exhale, 8. Inhale, lengthen. This is a vinyasa flow, so take your time with the breath. Exhale, 9. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, 10. Keep the head lifted. Place your hands behind your head. You can interlace the fingers loosely. Now straighten your legs up towards the sky. That's it. Let in a deep breath. And across your waistline, exhale, twist to the right. Imagine your left elbow is trying to touch the wall all the way to the right side of the room and forward diagonally. Keep in that twist. And then inhale, lower the left heel to hover off the floor, keeping the legs straight. Feet are pointed or flexed. Exhale, lift the left foot to meet the right again. Let's try 4 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep twisting, keep lifting the head. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Twice more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Relax the head on the floor. Keep the hands behind the head. Pause here. 1 deep breath. As you exhale, lift the head and shoulders and twist to the left. Really try to wring it out across the mid-spine. Reach your right elbow towards the left wall, way far outside the left thigh, and forward diagonally. Inhale, lower the right heel to the floor, or to hover, just 2 inches off the floor. Exhale, lift it. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Keep twisting and lifting. Exhale, lift. Come back through center. Keep the legs lifted. Relax the arms down to the floor. This time, grab your block that's next to you and let's hug it between your knees and thighs like you would in bridge pose, right? So squeeze that block, maybe closer to the thighs, not so much on the knees. Squeeze that block so you feel this energy of hugging the midline of your body between the left and right sides of your body. Start with your knees bent, where your knees are right above the hips, back is long. Make sure you're not lifting the lower back really high. So draw the belly in, lengthen the spine, and feet are apart because knees are apart, right? So have them distance just as apart as the knees. Open the arms wide apart, ground your shoulders, keep them on the ground, and let in a deep breath. Lengthen the neck here too. Now as you exhale, slowly lower your knees to the right as low as you can without collapsing them into the floor, without dropping the legs, without lifting the left shoulder too. Very slowly, inhale, lift your knees back to center. Both shoulders stay on the ground. Exhale, just as slowly, lower the knees to hover as close to the earth as you can to the left. Inhale up to center. Now, if that was pretty easy, maybe straighten the legs as you do this. And exhale to the right. If the legs are straight, hover your feet above your right hand. Inhale, center. If the legs are straight, hover your feet above the left hand. Exhale, twist. Let's try 3 more on each side. Inhale, center, really slow, right? The strengthening comes from slow and controlled movements. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Let the breath bring a calmness to how you're moving. Exhale, twist. A mindfulness to how you're placing your body. Exhale, twist. Last one on each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Come back through center, put the block aside, and draw your bent knees together in towards your chest. Begin to rock forward and back several times. Listen to your breathing. Keep going with Ujjayi. And when you're ready, sit up into boat pose. So hands are behind the knees as you kick the legs forward, or arms are forward. Maybe the knees are bent or the legs are straight. We're here for 5 breaths. So draw your navel in towards the spine, lift it up towards the heart. Sit up tall, relax the shoulders. Make sure you're not rounding the back. Open the chest. Inhale. Exhale, 4. Steady your gaze or close your eyes. Inhale. Feel that power center. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Inhale. Let's chant Ram together. Ram. Rock all the way forward. Mountain pose. Standing tall with hands together at the heart center. Feet hips distance apart. Offering gratitude to the sun as you reconnect to your intention for this practice. Surya Namaskar C, moving to the breath. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead, honoring the sun out there. Exhale, bow into yourself, honoring the sun within. Plant the fingertips on the earth. Inhale, step the left knee behind you. Look up, open the chest. Hold your breath as you step to plank pose. Exhale, lower knees, then chest, then chin, Ashtangasana. Inhale, slide forward into Cobra, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot beside your left thumb, lower right knee, look up. Exhale, step the right foot forward and bow. Press to your feet, inhale, rise. Lifting the chest, roll the shoulders behind you, gaze up. Exhale, join your palms in prayer down to your heart center. One more, second side. Inhale, arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold in, Uttanasana. Plant your fingertips. Inhale, step the right knee back. Look up, Anjaneyasana. Hold your breath as you step to plank. Exhale, Ashtangasana, lower knees, chest, then chin. Inhale, Cobra, Bhujangasana. Draw the shoulder heads back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot beside your right thumb. Left knee down, look up. Exhale, step the left foot forward and bow. Press to the feet, inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, join your hands at your heart center. Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, coil the chest up. Exhale, fold Uttanasana. Press your hands on your legs, blocks or the floor. Inhale, half forward fold, lengthen the spine forward. Walk to plank. Some of you, if you're ready, float to Chaturanga. This time, lower knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pause here for 2 deep breaths. Staying in downward dog, try to keep your hips leveled with each other. Inhale, raise the right leg behind you. As you exhale, bend the knee towards your nose, engaging your abdomen to quietly step the right foot beside your right thumb. High lunge, stay on the ball of the left foot. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Join your hands in prayer. Keep your right knee bent and start to tilt your torso forward as you lift the left leg, warrior three, flexing the left foot. Turn the left outer hip down. Now, if your hamstrings feel warm enough, you could straighten the right leg as well. Try to keep the left leg straight. Lifting through the sides of the belly, optional to open the arms or to extend them overhead. Last 2 breaths. Virabhadrasana 3. Start to step back into warrior 1. Dropping the back heel, arms overhead. 1 breath in. Backstroke the arms, vinyasa or cat-cow. At your own pace of breath. Downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg, keeping your hips leveled. Exhale, bend the knee towards your nose, quietly stepping the left foot beside your left thumb. Stay high on the ball of the right foot. Inhale, rise to crescent lunge. Stay aware of your breathing. Join your hands in prayer and start to tilt your torso forward, lifting the right leg into warrior 3. Flex your right foot and lift the sides of the belly. Balance the height of your 2 hips. Consider opening the arms or reaching them overhead. Last 2 deep breaths in Virabhadrasana 3. On an exhale, step the right foot all the way down behind you, warrior 1. 1, inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, bring the hands to the floor and take it through one last vinyasa of your choice. Downward facing dog for 2 deep breaths, slow and steady. When you've emptied the second, walk or float to the front of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen forward, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Bring the hands behind your lower back to clasp and drop the head here. Folding in. Bend one knee generously and lean towards the outer straight leg. And as you relax the neck, maybe shake the head out, lift the shoulders away from it. Keep stretching the arms forward as you switch. Opposite knee bent, lean towards the outer straight leg. Maybe switch the clasp of the thumb and index finger on top. Lower your hands. Please step to plank pose, top of a push-up. Lengthen through the spine, lift the sides of the abdomen, and very slowly lower all the way down to Sphinx pose. Belly to the floor with legs straight back, sliding your forearms in front of you until your elbows are directly beneath your shoulders. Let's cool off with 3 rounds of Simasana Pranayama, lion's breath. Especially breathing into that area of your inner fire, the solar plexus, because remember our practice is about balance, not overheating. So deep, deep breath in through the nose. Stick out the tongue, open the mouth and eyes wide. Exhale any sound. Twice more. One more. Cross the left forearm in front of your chest on the ground and bend your right knee. Backstroke your right arm and catch hold of the big toe side of your right ankle or foot. Slide your knees close enough together so they're not wider than hips distance apart. Ground your 2 frontal hip bones, turning your chest completely to face forward. For a few last breaths, bring the right heel gently and slightly to the outside of your right hip. With an exhale, come back to Sphinx pose, both forearms on the floor. Cross the right forearm in front of you, bend the left knee, backstroke the left arm, catch the big toe side. Knees no wider apart than hips distance. Ground your 2 frontal hip bones. Turn your chest to face forward. And bring your left heel just slightly and gently to the outer side of the left hip. Deep breaths. Relax your tongue and jaw. The shoulders release downward. Release the left leg, and let's press up to hands and knees, all fours coming into our next spinal twist. Thread the needle. So we're going to be threading the right arm under the left. You can keep the 2 knees on the floor or add a stretch for the inner right thigh by stepping the right foot out to the right, flat on the ground. If that feels too cumbersome once you start to twist, you can always replace the right knee on the ground. So begin by pressing the left palm into the earth, and inhale, raise your right arm, open your chest. As you exhale, thread the right arm underneath your left bent elbow, lowering the right side of your head all the way down. If your head does not comfortably rest on the ground, take any of your many props and place them under your head. Draw the shoulder blades down your back ribs. You might bring more breath awareness into the region of your kidneys at the lowest, just underneath the lowest back ribs, that area of the solar plexus energy center. Sense the smoothness of your breathing that you can hear. After your next exhalation, gently press up, back to tabletop. Let's take a couple of rounds of cat-cow before we move to the second side. Very slowly. As you breathe in, glide your chest forward, roll the shoulders behind you, lifting your chest to stretch the front of your solar plexus region. As you exhale, contract the abdomen, drop the head to stretch the back of your solar plexus region. One more. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cats. Betalasana. Relax to a neutral spine. If you can, set up similar to how you set up on the first side. So maybe stepping the left foot out or both knees on the ground. Root your right foot into the earth and inhale, raise your left arm. Exhale, thread the left arm underneath your right bent elbow and lower the left side of your head all the way down. Feel free to prop your head on anything that you need to be more comfortable. Invite the twist to deepen across your waistline, the area of Manipura Chakra, just beneath your rib cage, while relaxing the shoulders away from your neck. Let's meet in child's pose after this one. So bringing the feet together to touch, feet together, knees together or apart. Sink your hips all the way back and down to your heels. I invite you to stretch the arms forward here into an extended version of child's pose, Balasana. And as you're stretching through the sides of the torso, draw the shoulder blades down the back, lengthen your neck. Let's get into the lateral regions of the solar plexus center, walking the hands over to the right, maybe reaching them outside of the mat to lengthen the left side of your torso as you focus the breath expanding there. Slowly walk your hands through center, switching over to the left as far as you can reach while staying low to the ground. Breathing into your right side body. Slowly come back through center. Walk the hands towards your outer knees and gently roll up slowly. Let's bring the legs out in front of you. Coming into more of an Ashtanga yoga style of Janasirsasana to give a little compression to promote digestion. So let's, you may like to have a strap around the ball of your left foot to help you reach. And then from here, turn out your right thigh bone at the hip. See if first you'll place the sole of the foot high up on the inner left thigh. This is the traditional version of Janasirsasana. Otherwise, the Ashtanga version, you bring the ankle towards the crease of the left thigh. So you bring it in close on top of the thigh. And then here, you can either hold the strap with two hands as you flex the foot and will fold soon, or you can add wrapping the right arm behind you to hold on to the big toe. Adds a bind, opening up the chest, and then you can hold the strap with the left hand, or you can also clasp the left big toe as long as you can still fold in without rounding the back. So as you breathe in, root down through your sitting bones, lengthen the spine, draw the shoulder blades down the back. Keep your chest slightly lifted, and exhale, start to fold so that your sternum is folding in the direction of your left pinky toe. Breathe in, pause, press the pelvis down, lengthen the spine a bit more. And you might fold deeper as long as you can keep your neck long, shoulders relaxed. One more deep breath. Press down to your pelvis. Lead with your chest. Inhale to rise. Slide the right leg forward, and you probably have a better idea whether or not you use the strap around the ball of the right foot. Turn out your left thigh and either bring the sole of the foot high up against the inner right thigh, or take the Ashtanga version of crossing the ankle on top of the crease of your right hip, really close to your lower belly. So it gives that area some compression to stimulate digestion. So either you're holding the strap with two hands, or you're wrapping the left arm behind you, clasping the big toe, and then the right arm extends to reach for the right big toe in a moment. So press the sitting bones down, lengthen the spine, drop the shoulders, lift the heart, and aim the middle of your chest to fold in the direction of your right pinky toe. Breath by breath here. Press down to your sitting bones. Inhale to slowly rise. Let's extend both legs forward, feet about hips width or wider apart. Root your sitting bones down. And to continue with that digestion stimulation, I invite you to grab your blanket or a pillow. Make it as thick or as thin as you need to add a bit of compression as we're folding. So tuck it right close to the hip crease, very, very low part of the belly. If you want to use a strap to help you fold while relaxing the shoulders, you can hold it with both hands like this. So breathe in, lengthen the spine. Breathe out, draw your chest forward. Some of you might clasp the big toes. Breath by breath here. Paschimottanasana. Press down through your pelvis. Inhale to slowly rise. We're going to do some more postures lying down. But before we do, so we don't have to go down and come back up again, I invite you to find a comfortable way to sit for one more pranayama practice. One that helps us to relax more deeply, to invite more of that yin energy, to sit in a way that you can breathe well, you're relaxed, you're grounded, and if you're crossing your legs and you did so in the beginning, you might switch the cross of the legs. I invite you into Durga Pranayama, a way to relax the nervous system and to really use the full capacity of your breath. It translates as three-part breathing. So imagine that your torso, which includes the bottom of your pelvis, top of the neck, all the way around, is divided into three cross sections. The first cross section is from the bottom of the pelvis to your belly button, all the way around. The second includes most of your rib cage, the middle torso. The third includes your chest, upper back, shoulders, and neck. We're going to inhale 1/3 into the first section, then pause, 1/3 into the second section, then pause, 1/3 into the top, and hold the breath while relaxing and observing anything you feel. Then we'll exhale very slowly through the nose. So think of like 3 counts for each of these thirds and 9 counts for the exhalation. We'll hold the breath out, sit tall and relaxed, and that's 1 cycle. Let's try 3 cycles together and 3 cycles on your own. To help you delineate the top and bottom sections, you might place a hand at the chest and a hand below the belly button. And maybe close the eyes to visualize where you're breathing into. Let's prepare by emptying this breath. Close the mouth, inhale 1/3 into the lowest section. Pause, inhale into the middle section. Pause, inhale into the top. Hold the breath, relax, observe. Through your nose, very slowly, let it go. Hold the breath out, sit tall and relaxed. Second cycle, inhale the first third. Pause, inhale the second. Pause, inhale the third. Hold it in. Exhale slowly. Hold it out. Third cycle, inhale the first. Pause, inhale the second. Inhale the third. Hold it in. Exhale very slowly. Hold it out. Continue 3 more cycles on your own. And when you finish, breathe naturally. Notice anything you feel, especially internally. I'll invite you back into Ujjayi Pranayama as we continue our last few postures. So slow breath in, imagine it traveling into all three parts of the torso. And just the slow breath out, let it last as long, creating a gentle whisper as you breathe through the nose and softly constrict the back of the throat. Keep it going. Please come down to your back. Actually, before you come down to your back, let's grab a bolster. Depending on how thick your bolster is, you want to make it high enough so we're going to lie back with our shoulders hanging off the edge, sort of like you're hanging off the edge of a bed to open up the chest, but which will also stretch the front area of the solar plexus. So if it's not that thick of a pillow, you might make it thicker by adding any of your other props on top, like your folded blanket. Now, depending on how wide the pillow is, you don't want it to come all the way down to your lower back, otherwise that could compress the lower back. So adjust accordingly. If your pillow is too thick, you can create a pillow out of 2 blocks like this, or just 1 block like this, lowest height. So get creative and see what your body specifically needs, and keep your pelvis on the floor. Lay back just enough so the shoulder bone can roll off the edge of that prop. And the shoulders don't have to touch the floor, but your head does need to rest on something. And you're able to really feel that expansion in the front of your torso, not only in the fronts of the shoulders and the chest, but in the area of your mid-belly. So we've been compressing that area quite a bit in our forward folds. Now we're giving it some openings. So imagine breathing into the mid-belly, especially as you lengthen the breath in and out. We're only going to be here for a couple minutes. So you might close your eyes and really just be in the sound waves of your breathing. All right, start to gently bend the knees if they're not already bent. Step your feet on the ground. And depending on your setup, find the easiest gradual way to gently lift up to remove the prop from underneath you and then lie back down again. so your back is flat on the floor. Have that pillow nearby. We're still going to use it. Slide towards the right edge of your mat and take that pillow. And as you lift your legs upwards, generally straight, but comfortably straight, keep your lower back long, shoulders and head down, and hug the pillow lengthwise of your legs, right between the thighs. If you don't have a pillow that size, you can put one block between the thighs, one block between the ankles, where you're spacing your legs about your hips width apart. It's like to have that dimension. Open the arms wide apart. Keep the shoulders on the floor. We did something similar in the beginning that was active. Now here's the restorative version. Just keep your right shoulder on the floor and slowly start to drop your legs to the left. If you need to catch your legs with something like a stack of blocks, you can take a moment to set that up. So try to go only as far with the legs where that right shoulder stays down. Look over the right shoulder. Be here for 2 minutes. Start to lift your legs up. You might put the feet on the ground just for a moment so that you can slide your hips to the left a bit more. And then hugging the pillow or the blocks between the legs. You might transfer some props over to the right to catch your legs if needed. You want to keep the left shoulder down as you gently drop your legs to the right. Maybe looking over the left shoulder. You might even close the eyes for 2 minutes here. Slow, deep breaths. Slowly begin to unravel. You can remove the pillow from between your legs to make it easier to roll onto your back. All right, time to set up for Savasana. You may like to have that pillow underneath the backs of your knees to support the lower back like this. Maybe add your folded blanket as a weight to place over your pelvis and lower belly to support the feeling of grounding. Maybe turn the palms face up to open the front of the shoulders as you slide the shoulder blades down your back and rest the shoulders into the ground. Closing the eyes, feel into the alignment of your body, inviting relaxation around the neck, shoulders, belly, especially the area of your solar plexus. Even the middle back, relax it. Like you did in the beginning, I invite you to scan your physical body and notice if there's any other area in your body that is still exerting effort right now. Can you give them permission to relax these parts? And just as well, let go of controlling your breathing. As you close your eyes, invite yourself to tune deeper inward, sensing the stillness within you. Savasana. As you rest a little longer in corpse pose, with eyes still closed, I invite you to notice how your physical body is now feeling. How is it responding to your asana practice? Begin with very small, gentle movements, starting to wake up your body. Ease into simple stretch. Maybe keeping your eyes closed. And gradually turn over onto your right side, resting your head as you lie on your side. Allow a few moments to observe your breathing. How does your energy feel now? And taking your time, be gentle with yourself as you start to lift your body upright. Finding a comfortable way to sit for 5 minutes, sitting in meditation. Position your body so that you feel grounded, alert, and relaxed. You might touch a hand at your solar plexus, just below the rib cage, your upper belly, and the other hand on top. Or any other version of a mudra to support focusing your awareness at Manipura Chakra. You might close the eyes and direct your inward gaze towards the middle of your torso. And as you feel the natural flow of the in and out breath, specifically be attentive to the details of what you feel in the region of your solar plexus, from physical sensations like certain temperature, tension, openness, tingling, pulsing, vibration, to more subtle things such as your felt sense, sometimes described by metaphors like butterflies in the stomach, I invite you to continue to rest your awareness at your solar plexus, simply observing what arises as you rest your attention there. And this includes thoughts, emotions, intuitive nudges, Notice how you're feeling now mentally and emotionally. As we bring our practice to close, think of something that you feel appreciation for. With gratitude, acknowledge those who've come before us, sharing these practices of yoga and knowledge of the chakras that we get to benefit from today. Revisit your intention or personal prayer. And remember to whom you dedicated this practice. Together, let's join our voices to close, chanting the seed sound of your solar plexus energy center. Ram, 3 times. As we chant, you might visualize the glowing fiery sun at the upper belly, mid-back, expanding and illuminating around you. Deep breath in. Ram. 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 Bowing in. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.